Hello, I'm Andrew McLean, and this is Roundtable Willie! Welcome back. Over the line, Roundtable Willie with my good friend Tony Gump in the house. He is back from vacation. No John Bird today, but we do have two special guests. We have Amy in the house.
Hello.
Are you known as Amy Gump? Do we call you Amy Gump, or are you just straight?
I just do not think so.
Just straight
No.
Amy. All right.
No, I am sometimes known as Vape Mama.
Vape Mama.
Yeah.
We'll go with Amy, the Vape Mama.
Yeah.
And we also have my lovely wife, Patricia.
What's up, everybody? Long time.
Yeah.
So here's the deal we're going to kind of go with is Roundtable Willie is just going to be a Monday night show where it's myself and Tony and then one more person, just whoever we can find. Although this is a very special episode because it's the first couples episode.
That's right. We're double dating.
Of Roundtable
Yeah,
Willie.
it is.
Which, most people would say is dangerous. You bring your wife or your husband on your show, but we're brave people. You guys are brave people, too, coming on the show.
I hope this turns out okay.
If you remember back on, and we talked about this when John Bird was over at the house, the old 101 The Source, and the morning show was Russ and Dee. Did you say you listened to that?
No, I did not.
Russ and Dee were a married couple, and I don't know them personally, so I'm not trying to
They sounded good, though.
trash
Yeah,
them.
they did.
They were very professional, I guess, but as a married couple, things got sour often on the airwaves, and so you got
I don't believe that. It's not possible.
I would totally see us doing that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
would
Oh my
hash it.
God,
Well,
we'd kill each other.
the problem is we hash out our problems on the air, but you don't get the opportunity to respond.
Exactly.
It's just me. I just put everything out there, so that's what I do. So I'm glad you guys got to show up. You, Amy, you obviously know what this place looks like. Trish, it's the first time
It's amazing.
you have seen this place, and what do you think?
I think it's amazing.
1 to 10.
25.
So-
hands down.
Here's what's funny
Everybody
is
keeps saying more than 10. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
Listen,
He's a numbers guy. I don't know
it's
what
10.
to say.
It's a 10.
it's a 10.0.
There you go. I can accept maybe a 10, but it's still not. It's never perfect.
Well, it's funny because we have, you know a lot about this studio because you've kind of been informed on it every step of the way. I'm like, oh, we did this today. We did that. Tony did this. He did that. But you had not stepped foot in here. So you think the videos and the photos don't do it justice?
Not at all. I was shocked when I walked in.
She was.
I was like, can I take pictures?
She
I was
turned into a
shocked.
photog as soon as she
Yeah.
walked in.
Absolutely.
Whereas I have been, drug upstairs multiple times. Like, come here. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I'm like, it's great, dear.
You
It's
saw
great.
all the stages of this being put
All the
together.
stages,
More than I did.
all the Amazon deliveries, the Amazon people, USPS, FedEx, they hate us.
Do you think in putting the studio together, do you think the Amazon people were ever like, what are these people doing?
I absolutely think they wonder, what are these people
Tony's a
up
movie
to?
director. He's shooting a movie.
Well, I
at
mean,
his
they
house.
didn't know
They didn't
what
know it
was
was
in
in
the
the box.
boxes.
Yeah.
But,
I don't even know what I'm doing still. I'm still learning here.
Well, I mean, some of these people, especially if we're talking about the government-run USPS, they've been known to take a box or two. I'm just saying.
Or throw 'em
that
in the
can't
woods.
be.
oh,
I'm
do
just saying.
trust me. He tracked every single delivery.
Yeah, that's one thing about you're never going to get one on Tony Gump because not only is everything he owned protected like Fort Knox, but everything that is coming his way, he tracks it every step. I've been over here many times, and Tony would have the map. I mean, we'd be watching the guy in real time delivering a package, and I'm like,
I
man.
meet him at the mailbox, man. You got to be ready for everything, and you just learn. If you don't make the same mistake twice, it always works out.
Well,
That's
the
right.
bad thing is, if I ordered something during that time, he was opening my boxes, and I'm like, you're opening my stuff.
Trish does that to me. She'll open my mail, which I don't.
I try not to.
I mean, if she didn't open my mail, it would never get open because I'd never check the mail unless I know for a fact something's
I
coming.
mean, if it's a bill, I'm going to open it because I pay the bills.
She's like, "Oh, I didn't know that was yours." Which
Luckily, I've nothing to hide, but, what if I was buying him a gift?
Some people that say they have nothing to hide, they make me wonder.
Okay, whatever. See, he didn't catch that. What if I was buying him a gift?
We actually, Trish and I, we don't usually buy each other gifts. Very
I don't
often.
either.
But we made a new rule that anniversary and Christmas are the days that we have to, and this was really a fairly new rule over just the past few weeks. And so, of course, she's already figured out what she's going to get me. Our anniversary, 1 year anniversary, is in like 2 weeks. She already's got it nailed. It's easy for her to come to me and be like, I think we're going to buy each other something this year.
Let the record
But I've
show.
already got it.
I decided it last Christmas. I
Oh,
said,
did you?
we're going to start doing presents twice a year. Not birthday, not Valentine's Day, just anniversary and Christmas. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's had plenty of notice.
Yeah, I remember that. I've been thinking about it all this time. I totally
I already
knew
know
about
what
that.
he's getting for
Yeah.
Christmas and for his anniversary present.
He probably knows what I'm getting for Christmas 2 Christmases from now.
No,
What
I
have you
bet you
bought
do.
her?
nothing. He'll wait till Thursday before and go on the radio and go, guys, help me figure this out.
I can't say on the air, on the podcast what
I
got
can
her.
say nothing.
You don't
You
know
need
that.
you need help, don't you?
No, I got it. I
Okay.
got this under control.
All right.
I know exactly
I
what I'm
was
doing.
gonna-
I'm a very thoughtful person.
Was gonna offer you some advice, but that's okay.
I mean, we're just going to talk about it
Okay,
after the
all
show.
right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it. The best thing you can do is agree to never buy each other anything,
No.
and then you never have any problems. And
Sorry.
then every day is just
I'm
a good
squashing that.
Yeah, that's what we did. But after 12 years of marriage, we're like, if I want it, I'll buy it for myself. And if he wants it, he'll buy it for himself. And we'll just say, happy anniversary. We actually forgot. We both forgot our anniversary this past year.
What?
We both forgot. But that was the good part because it wasn't just like he forgot or I forgot. It was the very next day. And his brother or sister, somebody, texted us and said, "Oh, happy anniversary." And he and I both looked at each other and said, "Oh, crap."
y'all sat
We-
there for a second and was like, yes, we both forgot.
Yes, that's exactly what we did. We both forgot. So
I
it wasn't
thought,
so
I thought
bad.
I was in trouble, like big time. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your stomach would sink at that point. You're like,
Well, I think both
Hopefully
our
she forgot.
stomachs sank because we were like, "Oh, crap." But we both forgot.
I
well,
will never get upset if you forget birthdays or anniversaries.
I'm pretty
I have
good
the
about it,
worst
though.
memory.
And we're
I
just
have the
busy.
worst memory, and I will never get mad at somebody for forgetting that.
I mean, we're just busy
Yeah.
people.
She,
I remember not to buy anything. So,
yeah, he's
Yes,
good at
he
you know
that.
what I
does.
mean? Like, but we buy each other stuff all the time. but
Listen,
there's
I'm
no
just
occasions.
asking him for 2 days a year to be thoughtful and pick something out for me.
I got it.
Because
got it.
I spend, listen, everyone's complaining about me thinking about Christmas already, but there's a lot a woman has to do between now and Christmas to make Christmas magical for the family. And I'm asking for you to just think of one gift. That's it. I'll do all the rest.
Yeah, I've already done it.
Yep.
I've already bought it.
So,
See, I don't spread the magic very well.
yeah.
I used to. Kids were younger.
Mhm.
We've got the grandkids now.
You're just not a magical person.
I'm not very magical. No.
So I wanted to bring you guys on the podcast today because I have something to introduce to all of you.
Oh,
Mhm.
And it's
dear.
something very near and dear to my heart.
Oh, gosh.
I'm frightened.
And it's something we've talked about on the radio show several times, and I've tried to keep the audience updated on this series every step of the way. But it's Bad Hotties of Birmingham.
Sweet
Yes.
baby Jesus.
Now I don't want to take y'all too far into this because Tony, I think you and I should do a full blown review of Bad Hotties of Birmingham, like long form, and I don't want to put them through that.
I was ready yesterday.
But-
I want to do this.
But it was the season finale was Thursday, and we finished it, and it was. I think it was everything I hoped for. I'm going to be honest. Before I get into that, can we talk about my grow house that I built before
yes,
we left?
please. Let's.
Oh,
Your
no.
grow house?
Yeah, I made a grow. I took P Diddy's bedroom and I converted it into a grow house where I'm growing plants. I want you to look at this. This
what
is
kind
my
of plants are you growing?
this is my brand new grow house
Oh my goodness.
That is not marijuana, ladies and gentlemen. That is ghost pepper and Carolina Reaper, as you see. The ghost pepper's on the left, the Reaper's on the right, and then on the other side of the Reaper is another pepper plant that I don't know what it's called.
Is it kind of in the background there? Or?
Yeah, you can't really see it.
I see the pot now. It's a red pot.
Yeah, that's
okay,
it.
And that blue, yeah.
And it's like some sort of small chili peppers. Most of my energy's been put on the ghost and the Reapers. I got to be honest and tell me if this is true. I feel like Trish is maybe a little annoyed with the affection that I show these peppers.
I wish you would get that invested in like our home, like the projects that need to be done around there, because literally this man 24/7 has these plants on his brain. He gets up, goes outside to the plants. He comes home, goes straight to the plants. Saturday and Sunday I watched him run them through the yard, trying to chase the sun to get him out of the shadow.
I knew guys in college that were like that about plants, but that was a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
I feel this on in every cell, because this man has been building a studio, and I haven't seen my husband for about a month.
He just disappeared. So yeah, these were, and before I got the lights and all that kind of stuff, I was in fact out in the front yard for 2 days chasing sunlight. But because the weather's changed and it's cold now and it's cloudy all the time, those lights have saved the day. And they can just sit in there and bake until they're ripe and turn into the fruits of Satan that they're supposed to be.
Well, and I did ask you to pick the rug up, which I see is on his bed. I appreciate that.
I even used soundproofing from the studio to
but
sit
that's
the
whole
pots
point
on.
of me asking you to move the rug was so it wouldn't catch on fire, and then you put them on foam.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
but
that seems more flammable than the rug.
Here's what I heard is that you don't want the plant sitting directly on hardwood floor because it's cold. And
yes, let's worry about the plants over the house burning down.
Yeah, well, those lights aren't hot. They've even got their own fans on them.
Okay.
But yeah, they're good. I would never put my plants in danger.
I have one question. Is that your vitamin D lamp?
No, these are
Those are actual
these are
grow
like
lamps.
super LED grow lamps. They're
Okay.
they come from a listener.
It looks.
What are you talking about?
It looks like your vitamin D lamp or whatever lamp that is. That
So tell people out there, I have a UVB lamp that I have used when I had a low vitamin D thing going on. It was FDA approved, the only one, and I have it somewhere, and I think that's what she thought it was.
Are you talking about red light therapy?
No.
No, this is like
Oh no.
No, it's like
a real thing.
It's the real thing, yeah.
It's vitamin D, Willie.
I'll give them the name. It's called Spurdy lamps. If you look it up, it's it actually works.
It was to help raise his vitamin D levels.
This, if you were to sit in front of these lamps, your retinas would be fried. Like in order for me to go in there and mess with the plants, I have to put sunglasses on.
Okay.
That's how bright those lights are.
Yeah, he came out this morning. He's like, babe, I'm putting some sunglasses here. Can you check on my plants later today? I was like, really? You want me to check on them now?
My main concern was making sure the lights didn't like fall over, because at that point we may have a house fire. But I think I've secured them pretty good. I think they're good to go.
I do remember about 20 years ago going to someone's house in Illinois, and I put my shades on, and I'm like, it's still bright in here.
Yeah. So, back to Bad Hotties. I just wanted to show you all my plants. I'm actually trying to pretend that they're marijuana plants to make it seem like I'm doing something
our
really
neighbors
cool.
are probably wondering what that bright light is that keeps moving around the house.
Yeah, they probably do think. Now, you made me stick a blanket at the bottom of the door. You're like, I don't want my cats to see the light.
You know why? Because, our den, he had them in his studio. And the den is directly across from the studio door, and my back was to the light, and I started getting a headache. And then my daughter was like, I got up to go shut the door, and she said, thank you for shutting that because I'm getting a headache. So we were both getting a headache just from the lights coming into the room. And so I thought, if my cats go, they like to lay in the hallway. I wanted to just stick a blanket down there.
What they really like to do is eat all our plants.
Yeah, they do. They do that too.
Those little punk ass cats eating all our plants.
Well, let them eat one of those Carolina Reapers. And
Yeah.
I bet
That's
they won't
what
do
I
that
think.
twice.
Yeah,
At
let them
least
get
tried.
one of those and they'll be done. All right, bad hotties. Let's move
Okay.
on.
She's a hottie in the morning.
Bad hottie.
I'm so scared.
This is a show, and the radio audience already knows this, but for you first timers, this is a show that was made in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be like kind of a real world type of thing. All right, they had these auditions where they brought in a plethora of girls.
Mm-hmm.
Only to pick 8. It was a very long, drawn-out, what do you call it? Not an interview, but an audition process.
Mm-hmm.
And once they decided the 8, they put them in a house. But the problem with the show, and I don't know that it's a problem because actually it gives the show character, it is very poorly produced. And I mean very poorly produced.
That's terrible. How can anybody screw up producing? I don't understand that. I heard something mix up around here recently, but I don't know.
There is, it's just the quality. There, for instance, we've got good cameras in here. They have microphones on them. What they were using, I think, were probably good cameras, but instead of doing what you would normally do when you're doing a show like this and mic everybody up, they just use the microphone on the camera. So the audio is absolutely awful. The camera work's awful because this is a house full of women. The cameramen obviously forget they're cameramen and start zooming in on the girls' butts as they're kind of walking by. Say things of this nature, which just wasn't very professional. But again, it added character to the show, and it's why we were so fascinated by it. If you watch right here on the TV screen, this is actually the intro. For the show Bad Hotties of Birmingham.
All right, go ahead and play it.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. And this is in Birmingham right now. This is real.
Yeah. That's downtown, baby.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Bad bitch nutritional facts.
Might
So
be a
did they
music
have
going
to
on.
live in this house together?
Yes, they go on and they live in the house together, and they have them do challenges over the course of so many days. I don't really even know what the time frame was. Maybe like a week or something.
Oh,
Wasn't
please
that long.
tell me about the challenges.
So the challenges, they range from running a restaurant, like as waitresses and working at the counter, to learning to strip on a stripper pole.
Okay.
So it's all that and in between. Everything in between that.
They have a little fear factor thrown in there.
Yeah, a little
boat
fear
races.
factor.
Yeah.
They were out at
I
Lake
don't
Purdy
see
at
why.
one point.
How is this
you know?
different than any day life? I don't understand the big deal about this.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've just never seen everyday life looking like that. It's just it was a little
Total
different.
joke, yeah.
Actually, if you'll back out of that and scroll down on that feed, there's a couple other videos on there that show. Yeah, just hit the X in the top left corner there.
Okay.
A couple of other.
Sorry.
By the way, I started playing that music the other day when me and Trish were together. I found it on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm gonna put that in my bumper rotation on the show.
Ooh.
Can I just say, though, real quick, you keep talking about their poor production, but at least they're doing it. Like, I mean, how many people have ideas to try something and, they're doing the best they can.
Agreed.
I
At
was
least they're
locked in.
doing it,
Absolutely.
Give
Give them props.
Yeah.
I was completely locked into it.
Yep.
I love it. I just
Well-
want to make sure I preface for everybody that's
Right.
going to watch it. Hey, don't expect the big production.
No.
All right, so let's see. Go down and keep going till you see the next video, and we'll just go with that. Let's see.
This one?
Yes. Okay, so this was the season finale.
Holy smokes. Hot girls. Hot girls. That's not hot. Oh, never mind.
Ladies, welcome. How y'all feeling? This is the season finale. So I want to welcome y'all aboard. We're going to chill, have fun. We might do some fishing. I
So
hope y'all
the
ready.
funny part about this is this is exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean this is the spot that me and P. Diddy go fishing. Like, I'm surprised you cannot see my car in the parking lot right there.
I think I do. No, that's not yours.
No, it's not. Check. I was like, oh, it's us.
Now, I hate to say this, but it's been long enough. I think the statute of limitations is over, but that is where we used to skip school.
Really?
In high school, yes.
That same spot on Lake Purdy?
Pretty much, yeah.
You wouldn't skip school. I just can't believe
well, you know, I did.
Is that where you lost your magic?
Oh, no, I'm not going to tell where I lost my magic.
Let's
but-
not
Wait
go
a
down that
minute.
road.
Yeah.
What kind of
Fair
question
enough.
is that?
Fair enough.
There were
Yeah.
multiple places where we skipped school, but that was one of
Where
them.
did you go to school?
I went to Huffman when it was
Okay.
a safe place to go.
That's actually where they picked these girls up.
That probably
Huffman High School.
is.
No, actually, it was Roebuck Walmart, which is just right down the road.
Are
I
you
do that
kidding
all
me?
the
No,
time,
no.
yeah.
If you watch the first episode or I guess it's the second episode where they pick them up and take them to the house is where they're at. At least it's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I wouldn't even go to that
I used
Walmart.
to shop there.
You shouldn't do that now.
That was about 35 years ago.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's where Richard Dixon said he shops.
Roebuck Walmart?
That's Center Point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Right.
Yeah.
Tony, write that down on the list. We got Dixon coming in Wednesday. Put down, ask Dixon if he shops at Roebuck Walmart.
I'm pretty sure he said on the show
Roebuck,
the other day
got it.
that
That's the first thing I'm going to ask him.
there was a shooting over there or something, and I'm pretty sure
Oh,
he
that's
said
frequent.
I think he said, yeah, that's where I get my groceries.
Yeah.
I was there a couple of days ago.
What's shocking is when there's not a shooting at that Walmart.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what's going on over there?
There used to be, right there used to be, I think it was called the Tomcat Theater. You can imagine what that was.
Oh,
and
one of those.
You would see nasty little old men coming out of there and
Zipping up their britches.
every once in a while you'd see someone you know.
No, how about that? It's like, hey, there's my pastor.
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Anyway, Tomcat Theater. So that's Bad Hotties. I just wanted you guys to kind of understand. I've talked a lot about
this
it.
out here. Hold on. I got to see if they hop on this boat. I guess they just go sailing.
So
I
what
got
they
it.
do on this episode is they take them out, they teach them how to fish. And when I say teach them how to fish, they just teach them how to cast a line. And then they get to the challenge part, which is they put them in a canoe, like a kayak, and they have them race. And then one gets eliminated, then they move over to a paddle boat or a paddle board where they stand on it. And they have
She
to
kept calling it a board paddle.
You got to get on the board paddle. And so none of them have ever been in the water, it seems like. They didn't know how to fish. They didn't know how to work an oar or the paddles. And so it was excruciating to watch. But the best part of the whole season, and there were a lot of highlights. There's ton of lowlights, but there's a few highlights that make it worth the lowlights. The season finale when they announced the winner.
Oh, yeah.
It is such a grand production that I feel like this is, and we don't have video of it. If we did, I'd just go ahead and show y'all.
Why don't we?
I just didn't. I didn't set it up. I think you got to have Fire Stick to watch the full episodes.
What is wrong with you?
I know. You should watch it tonight.
Well, they're gonna watch it. What is it called? Review it? Not review it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a full blown, over the line review of Bad Hotties.
Yeah.
and take all the highlights.
Now you're
Stripper
forgetting.
pole
listen.
fights.
You're forgetting they did a scene. One of the challenges was they went to a bar, and they gave them each challenges, and one of them was to ask a random guy for his number.
Oh God.
They said the number on the show, so I called it. It was really.
No, you
Yes, I
didn't.
did.
Yeah, we called him.
Andrew was too scared, so I did it. Yeah, I called the number, and the guy actually answered. It was the man from the show. How do you leave that in? Why didn't you edit that out?
They don't care. They don't care. Hey, actually, as a matter of fact, if you go back to the Bad Hotties page
okay.
and start scrolling down, or get off that video and then start scrolling down. See, Tony is not a Facebook guy, so
Don't have Facebook.
he don't have Facebook, so I got to show him how to
I'm
do it.
learning how to do Facebook and produce all at the same
So
time.
yeah, just keep going down,
Okay.
and we'll find
Next video right here.
No, just keep going.
Okay.
I'll tell you. God, they post a lot of stuff. It's on a.
There's a minute.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
It's on a thing called an app called Culture TV. Okay, here's one of the bar scenes, And essentially what they did was they had these girls, they gave them challenges, and they had to go do whatever the challenge was.
Oh, boy.
That
Wait a minute.
scared me.
Is
I'm
this
sorry,
the one?
It's setting it off at maximum.
Babe, is this the
ahead.
one where she, like,
I'm sorry about that, guys.
gets,
Takes her clothes off.
I don't know if we need to watch it then.
If I start to see anything...
Oh, what is that? Is
Okay,
that another girl?
Yeah.
That's another cast member.
Yeah. That's
Well,
it.
wait. What is a girl any? Oh, wait. We still know what they are. Okay, I guess. Oh, should I?
Yeah, just
I
back
feel
out of this
weird.
one.
Yeah. Go.
Just back
I'm
out.
telling you, when I watched this show, my mouth was open the whole
Keep going
time.
down.
Okay.
Keep going down. Keep going down.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, just keep going. I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
You just keep on
Oh.
All
rolling.
right. That sounds weird. All right.
Yeah, keep going. Wait. Go back to that one.
20.
There's just
this one.
Okay, yeah, let's try that one because
I'm
that's
just
where
leaving
they're
it
at the
right here.
bar.
Is that right?
Fix your volume before you do anything.
He's learned his
Thank
lesson.
you. I'm learning, guys. I will get.
Help me.
Okay, let's see what's in. Bad hottie.
She a hottie. I had this song stuck in my head for days,
Did
by the
you?
way. I don't know where Patio Bar and Grill is.
We should go there. That should be our double date.
So,
I'm worried about this music.
yeah,
actually.
don't even
Let's
play
get rid of the music.
it.
Is
It's just
that
going to
an
show him getting off the
option?
bus.
Oh.
They look like they're having a good time.
Yep.
They really, honestly, they really do.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch any more Bad Hotties. I think I've,
I know. I
I've
told him. I
worn
said
that
I'd
out.
probably like to hang out with every one of them, just not all at the same time because they feed off of each other's energy.
Yeah, and they smoke a lot and they drink a lot.
Yeah.
So once you get that intoxication level to a certain point, things start getting wild. For instance, at the beginning of the show, there's 8 girls. They take them to the house. Well, previously, before the 8 were selected, they kicked, they had a final group and they kicked all of them out except for 8. Well, one of the last girls that was kicked out, she got upset that she didn't make the cut. So a couple things happened. Fast forward to the 8 girls getting to the house. Well, the girl that got cut that's upset, she decided she was going to go ahead and go to the house anyway. So she ends up following the crew over to the house, the cast house, and walks in and goes and finds the girl that took her spot. It was something about she took her shot, victory shot or something. She goes up in there and then proceeds to start beating the crap out of the cast member, the girl that actually did make it. Mm-hmm. And so they break them up. They take them outside, and they say, here's the deal. We're going to let y'all fight 3 rounds, fist fight, straight up. And whoever wins can be the one to stay.
The hell you say?
Uh-huh.
And they proceed to beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. And I'm
And then
like...
you let this happen.
And it was at that moment I was like, I'm watching this whole thing. And Trish and I literally had a watch party.
And
That
then we
ki-
made John Bird watch it too.
And then we made John Bird watch it.
It reminds me of that
Oh,
fish tank thing.
My God.
Fish Tank, it's another thing. Oh, my God.
Yeah, because you were talking about fish tank, and then I watched it, and that was crazy too.
Yeah.
Not to
When
mention
did you-
backyard wrestling. We got to look at that someday.
So...
You've watched something crazy and you didn't show me?
Yeah, Andrew,
What's that? Sorry, I wasn't listening to what you say.
you told me to pull up a clip or something.
Oh, so Fish Tank. That's right. On Fish Tank.
Yeah.
Hold on, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, we just got to be transparent for a
Hold on.
minute.
Yeah.
Can we pause this since we're recording it?
I tell you what, Tony and Trish just texted me. She has to pee
I have to
really
go to the
bad.
bathroom. Like,
No,
I have drank
no, you
like
just-
3 of these today, and I'm dying over
Look,
here.
you just
Have you ever seen Joe Rogan?
Well, yeah.
You just
Yeah,
get
you
up
just-
and go.
You
You
just
just-
go, yeah.
pee in a bucket.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like
You
they
just
do on
don't
Joe
I
Rogan.
have
Rogan.
to
You
go
just
around
go
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
she'll
just-
leave.
yeah,
You just
I'll
go.
just do this.
I'm sorry.
She can.
No, I
Amy
go.
can scoot over to the corner, and you can get around there.
I'm going to do
We'll just keep the. This is so good.
No, I've gone up and just leave the camera on Andrew or something like that.
Here's-
Whatever.
I can't get through there.
You gotta scoot to the corner, Amy.
Okay,
We don't have
hold on.
enough room.
Okay.
So listen.
So yeah, Andrew.
There's no pausing. There's no pausing in Facebook.
What was I? I don't even remember. Oh, we was talking about Fish Tank.
Yeah, fish tank.
So there was this situation with Fish Tank where, you remember how locked in I was on the whole deal. when it was actually happening. Well, they announced after they finished and they had the winners and everything, hey, we're going to make a full production of the show. We're going to edit it, kind of like they do on The Real World after the fact. And so I'd been excited about that. And they said it's going to take 6-7 months to do. Well, then I find out the other day they finished it and that it's going to be available on October 9th. So I started looking into it and I'm like, I've got to watch this. I want to do a review on it.
Okay. All right.
And then it turns out you got to buy a season pass just to watch it. And it's like $60. And I'm like,
how long is a season?
I don't even know. I think it's like 12 episodes or something. So then I'm like, I'm just going to wait it out. Let's wait and see what happens, what they do, how they produce it, or like, maybe they're just, you pay for it and you get it early or something. I think that's what the deal's going to be. But anyway, they started releasing it on YouTube. And so now we're going to be able to watch it. First of all, I got to explain what Fish Tank is because half the audience.
I found a clip here. Hold on a second.
Half the audience doesn't even know about Fish Tank. So, like Bad Hotties, you have contestants. Okay. But instead of doing challenges and stuff, well, they do challenges. So they take all these people and they put them in a house and they have to live there for like weeks on end. And I think was it 6 or 9 weeks, something like that.
Now, where does this take place?
Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And so they pick all these people randomly. They put them in a house, make them live together, and then they end up doing these challenges or whatever. The fascinating part of Fish Tank was when it was happening, you watched it in real time. You go to the Fish Tank website, and it has a list of cameras. Every room in the house had a camera, and you could watch it at any time. You could watch it whenever people were sleeping, whether they were awake or whatever. You were the master of the show. You got to watch whatever you wanted. Now we're in a situation where it's fully produced and you don't have to do the work. You don't have to do anything. You just watch the show, and they have released what's called the pilot on YouTube. Now, I don't know if this show's going to be any good, but from what I experienced when Fish Tank was actually online, it was fascinating. Trish will tell you.
Dude,
I was locked in.
Fascinating, I know.
I found it 5 days before it was over, and I was completely locked in.
He is so OCD about things. This show was one of them.
Again, we talked about it on the show. I don't know. I may be the only person watching it. I just stumbled across it.
No, I'll watch it with you. If I can start at the beginning, I'll watch it with you.
Well, the first episode is out on YouTube. Season 1, episode 1, called Pilot. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just test the waters?
Yeah, I got it ready for us. Yeah.
Can I just tell you guys first? I feel so much better. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Awesome. Thank you.
So you got to pee?
Yes, I did.
You're the first person to pee in the middle of this podcast.
Hold on. Can I tell you, your toilet has so many buttons, I was so confused.
Dude, the bidet's awesome.
Okay.
There's a bidet in there.
There was like
Did
35 buttons.
One?
No.
You need to push one.
I was like,
You
what the hell?
just need to push
You could have got your booty hole
one.
sprayed,
I
and you
mean.
didn't. You missed a real opportunity.
You got to
there,
go back
sis.
when this is over.
And your
and
soap
push
smells
one.
really good.
Oh,
I'm
good.
definitely going back in there before we leave.
You
And-
just
well,
need
and
to go push buttons.
after this Fish Tank review, we're going to be reviewing Tony and Amy's bathroom.
That's right.
Oh, gosh.
So
Sorry
get
for
ready
the interruption.
that.
That's the first time I've ever had to do that.
On a podcast.
But you've done it.
Trish is
I've done
gonna
what?
have a
You've
clean
left.
booty hole.
You've left in the middle of our podcast to go to the bathroom.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But
this is the first time I've ever had to do it.
I got
So
that
I've
makes
done
sense.
it before. I'll do it again. If you go, you go. I don't care. Yeah.
So, Fish Tank Willie, season 1,
Here
episode
it
1.
comes.
I
Go.
have not watched this, so we're testing it out together for
this
the first
is the
time.
new season.
This
All
is the only season.
All right, I'm volume.
But this is
Oh,
the
this is
produced
last
version.
season.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
volume check. Here we go.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, I'm gonna get to some juice here. Okay, here we go.
Do this or a chain.
Okay, so these are contestants.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh shit.
Is the guy in the rainbow shirt? Is he like the leader?
No, the leader's name is
Hey, what's up, man?
Sam Hyde.
Okay.
There you go. You could take
Boy,
off
they
your
treated these
blindfold now.
people like
Oh, okay, cool.
straight
You two came in together.
Guantanamo Bay prisoners.
Yeah, because they're
You
not
just
supposed to know where they're at, right?
Just arrived.
Correct.
Where are you flying from?
Did you see that sign?
No
Hold
weed.
on.
It says stay inside, no weed. That's the only 2 rules of the house. And of course, everybody on the show's a pothead, but you cannot leave the house and you cannot smoke weed. That was the only 2 rules. And then they just do challenges. The catch is when they do challenges, they just surprise them out of nowhere. They may wake you up out of a dead sleep and say, hey, here's your challenge. You got to do this. Or catch you doing whatever. You may be taking a poop, and they'll kick the door down and say,
Now, are there eliminations?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they start off with, I don't know how many, it's maybe like 12 or something.
Look at how excited he is.
And then they got to work their way down to 1.
He's so excited right now.
You can,
Sparkling.
All right,
Tony,
there
you
go.
can
I'll
just
put
flip
it-
there however you want,
All
because
right,
I don't
I'm
know
just-
anything about it yet.
Let's just see what
Part
this.
of Phoenix, where are you coming from?
Tempe.
He already looks high. I don't understand.
Well, he couldn't
Cool.
smoke weed in the
That's
house,
cool.
so he had to
What,
go ahead and toke
what
up
do you
before he
do
got
for,
there.
Like a hobby or work or some whatever.
I like to play beer pong.
Oh, yeah, he's high.
I like I dabble around with like
He's
making
great.
music.
He can't
a little bit.
stop.
Okay. What do you do for work?
He looks so freaked out.
Right now.
Okay, so he's a little
Oh, we're gonna
weird.
find
Let's see what we got
Are
here.
we sure they didn't kidnap these
Yeah.
people?
Okay, here we go. Different person.
Okay.
All right.
So this is
okay.
Letty.
How are you?
Now, why is she not blindfolded?
Yeah, I have a suitcase. It's like super heavy.
That's a good question.
She has one.
She
in,
must be liberal.
She has one in her hand.
Right, but she's not wearing it. The other guys
Maybe-
had to go in the house in it.
Maybe she just refused, and they were like, we've gone too far. We can't lose a contestant this
All right.
early.
Let's see what she has to say.
Oh, check this
What
chick
do we
out
got
on
going
the
on
left.
over here? Is that real?
Nice to meet you. I like your Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Violetta.
Nice to meet you. How do you say that?
Violetta. You could just call me Letty.
Violetta.
Yeah. What about you?
Letty.
Yeah.
It's like when you gotta tell your friend
Okay.
something, but you send it to them in the mail,
It's
so
really
it's
nice.
Violetta.
There's
Nobody got my
And
joke.
the people, they seem interesting. I mean, I'd like to get to know them more.
Okay, so they go to Harvard. They start recruiting people, right? And then they bring them in to do the show. Is that where they get these people?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Oh, they would all be Hamas supporters if they did get them
Oh.
from Harvard.
Okay.
So yeah, this guy, the Sam Hyde guy that runs it, he's got a following, okay, and he's a big time YouTuber. All right, so people know who the guy is. They're a fan of him, whatever. Then he says, "I got this idea for a show. If you'd want to be in on it."
I think that's him, isn't it?
Yes,
Right there?
He
Okay,
says,
let's just see.
Okay, it took me 10 years. This
Okay. Oh, they beeped it.
So whatever you make of it, I don't care. Okay, I don't know you. I don't know you. You can sit here and pick your nose. Okay. I would recommend though that when I say how you doing, fish tankers, we get a modicum of enthusiasm. Okay. It doesn't need to be fake. We're not going for fake. We're not going for scripted. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna redo the entrance. Okay. This is gonna be cut from the documentary. Reset camera. Reset camera. This time around, when I say hello, fish tankers, how we doing? A little bit of enthusiasm, a simmer. Okay. Get back in your natural positions.
Okay, so this guy's a natural-born leader. A little
Right.
far, but I get it. Go ahead.
So he is the king of the, what would we call it? The king of the gimmicks, or
He's
the
King Triton.
king of the king of the works, in the sense of this dude can put it on and convince anybody that he's being serious about any topic he wants to be. So on a regular basis, he will come in there and he will be irate. And I'm talking about punching holes in walls and all this kind of stuff. Completely freak these people out, but it's all kind of part of his bit, which you didn't really understand when you were watching, which is what made the live version so fascinating. But yeah, this is them starting out, and he's explaining to them the rules, which knowing this audience of the Sam Hyde guy, this is like the island of misfit toys or something.
Let's check him out for a few more seconds here. Hold
This
on.
takes us. 1 second. Shit. All right. Wow. What a day it's been. You've all traveled so far. It's really been fantastic. You're here.
They all look
because
so
you're the best of the
nervous.
best, okay? Thousands of people applied to be on this show. Okay, I had no idea it was going to be this popular, but it is. So get ready for fame. And we're not all going to make it to the end of this show. But along the way, I think we're going to make a few genuine friends, okay? and we're gonna have some fun. Simmons, somebody tell me this isn't Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. I'm not gonna believe it.
Oh my God, you're spoiling me.
So they kind of just go through one.
Yeah,
by
and
one.
here's what's messed up is I don't know a lot of these. I think over time I've kind of figured out most of the characters or most of the cast. But there's going to be a lot that I'm learning from watching this as well. They made so much money off of this show because, again, it's interactive. You go to the website, you can watch any camera in the house at any time of day for the course of this 6 weeks or 9 weeks or whatever it was. As a viewer, you can interact with these people. You can buy a season pass, which is like $60 or whatever, but you could pay to buy these tokens, which would then allow you to purchase things like the ability to use a text-to-speech over the speakers in any room, which are super loud. So if in the middle of the night you wanted to make it say, "Let's go Brandon" to somebody, you could do that. Most of them were pretty vulgar, but people were constantly doing the text-to-speech. You could buy gifts and have it sent to contestants, like a stuffed animal or a loot crate that maybe had some snacks in it or something like that. And to do that, it was so expensive. To send a contestant a stuffed animal was almost $500. To use a text-to-speech, just to text one thing over the speaker, was like $30. And it was just, the whole time, it's just a constant stream of people buying this stuff. There's no way they didn't make $1 million.
Now, see, I would go for spending $30 if I knew a bunch of people were watching and it was kind of like really funny. I'd do it. You know?
So most definitely, it made a lot of money. So in the end, whoever wins, what is their grand prize?
The grand prize, without giving it away, to start the show, the grand prize was supposed to be like $2,000 or $3,000.
Oh God!
Right. Which, by the way, was the same grand prize for Bad Hotties. So, but I don't
now
give
remember
away.
that's before taxes, so really you don't.
Right.
They also didn't know if this thing was going to make any money.
No.
So
I take that back. It was.
No, I thought it was $30,000.
Yeah, it was like $30,000. Sorry, I got the Bad Hotties mixed up.
30.
Yeah, so $30,000.
So Bad Hotties really was $3,000.
it was
$2,000.
Oh.
But the Bad Hotties didn't have to go through a fraction of what these fish tank people went through.
Okay, fair enough.
So
now, if I'm correct on these taxes, if it's a $30,000, if they have low income, that goes. No, I gotta say it. That goes directly towards their income up to $100,000. But if it's a lottery winnings, 55% tax at $30,000, 55% tax, you're paying
Every day.
$170. You don't, you get $13,000 out of
yeah, that's a
bit.
ripoff.
Yeah, but for some of
just
these
had to say
people,
that,
they
I'm
don't have
sorry.
jobs. That's a lot of money for them.
That's true. I mean, this is a cast of broke kids with no job. There's a couple of them that are autistic. Some of them have some serious, home life. There's a couple of homeless guys on
They
here.
sit at home and play Fortnite with people like us. all
Right,
day.
they're basically like us, And,
Yeah,
and
but
they're,
see, my problem is that they don't find out about the taxes until after the whole thing.
yeah,
and
they
then
have
they're
no
like,
idea. They have no idea.
Yeah, and then they're like, where'd it go?
I have a feeling these people would have done it for free. Some of them.
Another thing that was sweetening the pot for these people, again, they're a big fan of this Sam Hyde guy. Mm-hmm. He promised to bring them on and on his YouTube channel, where tons of people will end up seeing them, but also promote their YouTube channel, because every one of these people, they've got some kind of streaming thing going on or whatever. So that was to sweeten the deal, that their favorite YouTuber was going to bring them on their show and everything else. The money was probably important to them, but it was a package deal of those things. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure everybody on there was like, "Oh, I'm going to be rich and famous, doing YouTube videos." Like what I'm doing right now.
Maybe they just had nothing to lose, just kind of like, well, I'm not doing anything anyway.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, just for the free advertisement.
Well, they probably didn't live with a mathematician either who,
yeah, I don't
constantly was figuring their taxes.
I seriously want to start a game show and call it After Taxes, and you
He
actually
does.
put up the amount they get when they leave instead of. See, I knew a guy that won an RV on The Price is Right. and everything, and he never got to drive it because he couldn't afford the taxes on the RV. He had to sell it before he could do anything.
Yeah.
So it's a real thing.
Yeah. You know what? While you were gone, we obviously did a couple podcasts, right? And there was one in particular that was Peyton was here with us. I think it was a Tuesday, or I don't know if it was a Roundtable Willie or what. But Peyton, when we came home the time before you left on vacation, he was telling us about you and that open sign.
Oh, we watched it.
And he hit me with a Tony impression where I was like, oh, that's good. I said, that's good. You got to do that on the show.
The original impression was better than what he did on the show.
Yeah, it really was.
It was so good. He even sounded like you. It was like, that is so funny.
He did good. He didn't do good. He didn't do a good one on the show.
No, I did see the impression. I can see where he was going with it, and he's right. However, he missed part of the story and how the sign and what I was really talking about and how far it is away from the highway, the business, and the light.
He didn't soak in the real information.
The sign lasts for it lasts for more than 2 years. However, they start dimming around 2 years each, and from the road you can see the big dim. So you got to replace it. No, seriously, you got to replace the thing, or else it's harder to see your sign that you're open. Yeah,
right.
It's important.
No, that's right. And honestly, you know,
that's all that was. Yeah.
Peyton actually talks about how smart of a guy you are. It was just, and he looks up to you. I just thought it was funny when he was talking about.
I know little.
Recreate
I
the
just
sign.
learned.
It was pretty hilarious.
No, you should have been in the car when he was doing the speed limit the whole time, but he would be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go like 57."
Are you a speed limit guy?
And then when people would go around him, he would be like, "Look at that guy! Look at that guy! I bet he's doing 62."
I mean, I'll be honest.
I was like, "Oh my God, would you? You know?"
I've had people pass me where I'm like, I really hope they get pulled over.
Oh yeah, he's like, the cops are gonna get that guy.
I'm a solid 10 over the speed limit. I mean, what's your threshold, Tony?
Well, see, I don't judge. It's just
I do.
I just don't want the ticket. I had a ticket a long time ago. I didn't like the feeling, and I'm like,
I feel like you're throwing money away, don't you?
It's just the feeling. They pull you over, and it's just like,
feel violated. Yeah, I get that.
It's just freaky because my heart starts racing, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to prison, you know, and I'm just going like 5 over, you know.
But this evaluation is going on the entire way from Birmingham to Tampa to, you know.
Do you have a threshold though? Do you say like 5 over? You kind of make your cutoff at 5 over, 10 over?
It depends on if you're coming towards me, if it's one lane or separate. If it's separate highway, I'm about 40% up front and visual, and I'm always keeping track of my surroundings. So I see the car coming up behind me way ahead of time, so I prepare for who's speeding. So I always anticipate it.
That's a serious analysis of
I'm never in any accidents. I'm knocking on wood. You never know, but I stay away from them.
Yeah, don't let me. I don't want to portray this as some sort of weird thing that he looks at it that way, because I've had countless tickets and I've had several wrecks.
Yes,
Tony has not. So I think that's all you probably need to know.
Yeah, but it's not just. I mean, it's like, look at them. Look at him coming up behind me.
Would you look at that?
He's switching lanes. He's switching lanes.
Look at that.
He's switching lanes, and oh my God. I'm like,
it's called defensive driving, and if you pay attention to your surroundings, you can avoid accidents and anticipate stupidity.
This is true. This is true.
So once I live by that, it seems like I come scratch-free on trips, and I take lots of trips.
I know I could never convince Tony to go on a show like Fishtank. Especially with the amount of taxes he'd have to pay if he won.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
imagine,
no way, no.
I would pay $1 million to watch it.
How
if you paid
funny.
me, I'll do it then. But no.
It would be so fantastic to have Tony on there and him be able to analyze, because all these people they wouldn't have a clue. There's not a lot of brain cells on that show. That's the conclusion I came to. And Tony'd have these people so freaked out just by analysis. Paralysis of analysis.
He would be analyzing everyone on there.
Oh, it'd be so good.
And
I'd watch that.
The statistics that would be happening they would run out the door.
I'd pay that $60 for that season pass, just like that.
I would buy all of you a season pass.
We'd give away season passes on the show,
Listen,
on the radio show.
Yes, we would.
The last thing you need is a season pass. He was locked in last time. We're going to bed oh, they've got it streaming live on this channel. Let's watch this as we're going to sleep.
Yeah. It was just it was
24
crazy.
I'm like, what do you think's going to happen while you're sleeping?
I didn't know. I was scared I was going to miss something. Because you couldn't rewind it. Like, it was, you only could watch it live at that time.
Oh.
And
so he was locked in 24/7.
But I remember when the season ended and the grand finale on this show was like, remember when I came running in the bedroom? And I was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe what just happened on Fish Tank. And it was just, I don't want to say it.
And I was just like, thank God it's almost over. Like, it was a lot.
Wild.
So it was like mind-blowing.
It was.
Grand finale.
Oh, God.
So you can't tell us?
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. Y'all watch Black Mirror?
Yes.
Love that show.
See, that's one of the only shows I can't. That and Stranger Things are the only two shows I can't predict. Because I can sit down and start a show, and I can tell you the ending 5 minutes in.
Oh, yeah.
But Stranger Things and Black Mirror, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good at...
really bad.
She's really good at railroading the storyline right in the middle of a movie.
I can't help it. It like just comes out of my mouth. I'm like, oh, this is probably what's going to happen.
It's because we're weird and we watch weird.
You think that's why I'm fascinated with Black Mirror? I mean, you've predicted a couple of things, but not like the ending of the show.
Right? No, because I don't think that's why you like it. No.
Maybe that's why I like Fish Tank, because there's no way you're going to predict what happens on this show.
I'm not watching it, so there's definitely.
I'm just saying.
100% chance I'm not guessing that.
Have you guys seen the Black Mirror episode where they're riding the bicycle all the time for credits, and then they try to get like on a YouTube type thing or like a show?
Yes.
We saw that?
Yes.
I don't remember.
That's so trippy. It's like almost real life, and everybody's not even in the stadium. They're just there digitally. You know?
Yeah, that's what's crazy about the show is it almost portrays real life. You feel like
just another way of looking at the same thing, like a different aspect.
Yeah, or that we could get to the point where life is like that.
Right. Oh, we're heading that way. Absolutely.
Time is money, my friend. Time is money.
That's true. You know what else is money? Pizza. I want pizza for dinner.
That's fine.
Can we do that?
I was gonna make meatloaf, but pizza sounds easier.
I want meatloaf. I just changed my mind.
Meatloaf? What?
I'm not cooking.
Meatloaf? Mom, I'm the meatloaf.
I have a good meatloaf recipe.
She really does.
I want your meatloaf.
It's good.
Oh, God. This is getting weird.
Okay.
I'll make you some.
Thank you.
It's really
Paula
good.
Dean's recipe. It's not mine.
Wait, are we allowed to have that? Well, we just did our diversity training. Is Paula Dean allowed on here?
No,
yes.
She's racist.
No, she's not.
That was a long time ago.
Are you telling me I'm eating racist meatloaf?
Okay. So if we had Paula Dean recipe and say we did like Indian Lakes butter and Aunt Jemima on top of it, and then had like a whole recipe with all that, would that be bad?
Oh yeah, that would be the
well,
most
I've
evil
never
dish.
heard of Indian Lakes, but I know Land O'Lakes.
That would be
Or
just Indian Lakes.
See, you just made it worse.
You just
Tony.
made it racist.
No. This is for diversity training.
Was fine
We're in
until
training
you
mode.
made it Indian
Native
Lakes.
American butter.
Native American butter training mode for the next test. That's what I'm doing.
We did my DEI like on the podcast. Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
We
it was a week and a half.
watched
Why do
it.
they keep sending you through that? Are you like making
I mean,
waves on air or something?
Have you
so
heard
they're
my radio
making you-
show? It's. I mean,
I make a point to listen to the first 15 minutes because that's usually where I need to defend myself. And then
yeah.
after that, I go back to work.
You're right on that.
True.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's because my cat's name is George Floyd,
Stop. His name is Jax.
and they are racist against my cat named George Floyd, and that's why they make me keep doing it. King George Floyd III.
This is all part of training. We don't know this to be fact. We're just trying to figure out, right?
His name
Correct.
is Jax. Period.
Jax.
He's such
Sure.
a troll.
George Floyd. Anyway, I just wanted y'all to see Fish Tank. I wanted to introduce that to some new people. Again, I've talked about it on the show, but I haven't been able to introduce people to these shows in person. Outside of John Bird watching Bad Hotties with us the other day.
What did John Bird think of Bad Hotties?
He had the same look on his face I did the whole time I was watching.
Oh, he wasn't excited?
No, he was like, "What the hell?"
Oh, he was locked in.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
was locked. I mean, what was your analysis of Bad Hotties? Like, is this something you would watch 7 episodes of?
only because it's sort of like a train wreck and you can't look away.
Right.
And it's local.
And also because I want to know if I know any of these people. Like, have I worked with them before, or might they have been a patient or customer of mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to know if I know them.
What? No,
They may come to. They may come to shop at Vapor Forge.
They might, and I would treat them,
Like
with,
royalty
like royalty
for being
but-
a bad hottie.
Yeah, because I would be like, hey, I saw you on Bad Hotties, and you're kind of a superstar.
She a hottie.
Yeah.
Hot girl. What about you, Tony? Would you watch 7 episodes of Bad Hotties?
It depends how much I get after taxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which will be nothing at all.
No, I'd watch it. I don't know if I could sit and watch that a whole long time. It's not like binge watching Breaking Bad or Mad Men or something like that, or Sopranos. But no, I'd watch a little bit of it. It's interesting.
It really, some of the scenes were drawn out because, like, they played basketball, for instance. Instead of it being like a 5 or 10 minute clip, it was like 30 minutes of them playing basketball.
Oh, when they were playing basketball, too, this one girl, so they had them dress up like they were going to go to the club, and then they surprised them, and they were like, actually, we're not going to the club. We're just going to have y'all play basketball in the driveway, but y'all have to keep on the clothes that you're wearing. And one girl had a skirt that was so short, her ass was already hanging out the bottom. But as she gets out here, and they're playing 5-on-5, and she's defending, and she's shooting, her panties work their way all the way over to the side, where her panties are like covering up. They're not exactly thongs. They're actually more like granny panties.
It's a bodysuit. It's not panties. It's a bodysuit.
Yeah, a bodysuit. So it's worked its way over to the side, and at one point she goes down to get the ball, and she bends over, and it just brown-eyed girl right there on camera.
That happened.
Yep.
That happened twice.
Yep.
They kept pulling, like, other girls would pull her dress down in the back, and she didn't care.
She didn't. She wanted it.
She didn't care. That butt cheek was just flapping in the wind
That's right.
for 30 minutes. It just.
So what was the criteria for
Just like that.
choice when they chose the women?
Well, there's a lot of things.
Because I saw that, they were very different. And so I wondered, what was their criteria for choosing who?
Personality.
Yeah, they had some of them. What was some of the things they had them do? They had them sing. They had them.
Well, they would they brought them in and they'd say, what makes you a baddie or what makes you a hottie? Mm-hmm. And then they would say, I'm a rapper or I'm a singer
There's a
or
lot
I do
of rappers,
hair
by the
or
way.
I do, they would kind of, just give the 411 on what they did and what made them cool.
Okay.
And I think they
That's
judged them
fair.
on personality.
Yeah.
Because
All right.
they all were twerking. They were all taking their clothes
Yeah.
off. They were all screaming and talking over each other.
Several tits.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of nudity.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah,
that's what you get with bad
I
hotties.
felt like, they weren't very shy.
No, they're not. Not at all.
Not at all.
So, if before we get out of here, I need to know from all 3 of you, if you had to choose to sit down with me for an entire season and watch Bad Hotties or Fish Tank, which would you choose?
I would choose Bad Hotties because there's an end to it.
Well,
Fish
there's an
Tank
end
is
to this.
It's 24 hours a day.
Well, hey, not only. I'm talking about the series. I don't mean to make
I'll
you
watch
watch
the series with you.
You'd watch Fish Tank over
Absolutely.
Bad Hotties?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. What about you?
I think I'd go for Fish Tank.
Oh, here we go, Tony.
Okay.
Fish Tank or Bad Hotties?
Fish Tank I've watched with you a little bit already. So Bad Hotties is local. I would kind of be more interested to see that because I already know Fish Tank, but I'm good for both.
Okay.
My husband wants to see the Bad Hotties.
It's a train wreck.
That's so cute.
It is
Well,
it's different.
But I've already seen Bad Hotties, so that's why I'm willing to watch
Yeah.
it. Now, if it was a fresh season of Bad Hotties, fresh season of Fish Tank, I'm going Bad Hotties.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited that Fish Tank, I don't know how often they're putting the videos out. I don't know if it's once a week or anything like that, but I'm locked in. And I want you to watch it with me.
I will.
Okay. Good.
If you watch Sister Wives with me.
I sure do.
Oh, no, Sister Wives again. Okay, never mind.
Can we do a review of Sister Wives coming up soon?
That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
I will get in on that.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
I love that show. It's just about a dude that's a real a-hole, and he's got 4 wives, and he complains.
He's
about
only
it.
got 3.
He's got 1 now.
Well, yeah.
I don't know, but
Rumored
we
to be
watch it.
dating a casino worker, but he's got one wife.
Was he cheating on his wife?
I don't think it's cheating.
You
He's a
don't-
polygamist.
That's
I
right.
mean,
You can't cheat
Yeah,
if you got
can't cheat
5
if
wives.
It's okay.
Anyway, thank y'all for doing this. We
You're
appreciate y'all being part of a round table, Willie. And we'll have to do this again soon. Now, we're going to try to ramp back up Highly Suspect, which was our conspiracy show that we were doing there for a while. We'll get back around to that and a lot of exciting stuff to get to. So, Trish, thank you. Amy, thank you. Tony, thank you as well, sir. And we'll get out of here. Until next time, see you, cuz.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.